Alright, what's up folks? Welcome back to Intuition. In today's video, we're going to be solving a geometry transformation problem. This type of problem is going to be good for those of you who are studying for the GRE, and it should give you some good practice for your exam. And the question that we're going to solve today is going to involve translation, rotation, and dilation. So these are definitely concepts that you want to understand and know how to apply. Okay, let's dive into it. So this question says, to the quadrilateral in figure 1, apply the following transformations in the order listed. A 2x3 translation relative to the origin, a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation about the point 32, and a dilation centered at the point 1, 1. What are the final coordinates A', B', C', and D' for the points A, B, C, and D after applying these transformations? Okay, so this question, they're asking us to do a lot, but we got this, right? So we're given a quadrilateral, and in this case, it's just a parallelogram. Now, when it comes to keeping track of the shape, all we have to do is keep track of the vertices. And the vertices are labeled A, B, C, and D. Okay? And once we're done with all the transformations, they're going to have different names, A', B', C', and D'. So let's go ahead and do these transformations one by one. So the first thing we want to do is write down the beginning coordinates for our vertices. A is located at 4, 5, B at 7, 5, C at 6, 2, and point D at 3, 2. And the first thing we were asked to do is to translate our object. And we were asked to do a 2, 3 translation from the origin, which means that we're going to increase our X distance from the origin by 2, and we're going to increase our Y distance from the origin by 3. And since our coordinates were already given relative to the origin, all we have to do is add 2 to the X and add 3 to the Y. So after we add 2 to the X and 3 to the Y, our coordinates change and they become 6, 8 for A, 9, 8 for B, 8, 5 for C, and 5, 5 for D. Alright, so we're done with the translation. Now we need to rotate our object 90 degrees counterclockwise around the point 3, 2. So when it comes to rotation around a pivot point, the pivot point stays fixed. So that's what it means to rotate around a certain point. It means you keep a certain point fixed and then you rotate everything else around that pivot point. And in this case, our pivot point is 3, 2. So we're going to rewrite our coordinates relative to the point 3, 2. So we're going to write our point 6, 8 as 3 plus 3 for the X and 2 plus 6 for the Y. And we're going to write our point 9, 8 as 3 plus 6 for the X and 2 plus 6 for the Y. And our point 8, 5, we're going to write that as 3 plus 5 for the X and 2 plus 3 for the Y. And our last point 5, 5, we're going to write that as 3 plus 2 for the X and 2 plus 3 for the Y. We know that the point 3 on the X-axis and the point 2 on the Y-axis, those are going to be fixed because 3, 2 is our pivot point and that's our fixed point. And what we're going to do is we're going to rotate everything else. If you rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees, that means that your positive X becomes your Y and your positive Y becomes negative X. That's what happens when you rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees. Your positive Y was pointing up, but after the rotation, it's pointing to the left, which is in the negative X direction. And your positive X before the rotation is pointing to the right in the positive X direction, but after the rotation, your positive X is pointing straight up in the positive Y direction. Okay, so in the X-axis for our point A, we're going to have 3 minus our extra Y, which was 6, so that's 3 minus 6. And for our Y, the point 2 is going to remain fixed, and we're going to add the extra X that we had, which was 3, so that's 2 plus 3. And doing the same thing for point B, we get 3 minus 6 and 2 plus 6. For point C, we get 3 minus 3 and 2 plus 5. And for point D, we get 3 minus 3 and 2 plus 2. All right, and when we simplify these points, we get minus 3, 5, minus 3, 8, 0, 7, and 0, 4. Okay, so we're almost there. And the last thing we were asked to do is to expand our object around the point 1, 1. So that means that the point 1, 1 is going to remain fixed and everything around that point is going to expand, which means that the distance is going to increase. And in this case, we're told that k equals 2, which means that we want to expand and increase the distance by a factor of 2 around the point 1, 1. That's going to be our fixed point. So we should write our coordinates in terms of the point 1, 1. So when we do that, we get point A is 1 minus 4, comma, 1 plus 4. Point B is 1 minus 4, comma, 1 plus 7. Point C is 1 minus 1, comma, 1 plus 6. And point D is 1 minus 1, comma, 1 plus 3. And since we're being asked to expand all the points away from 1, 1, we're going to double the distance away from the point 1, 1. So we're going to keep the point 1, 1 fixed, and we're going to double everything else. So point A is going to become 1 minus 8, comma, 1 plus 8. Point B is going to become 1 minus 8, comma, 1 plus 14. Point C is going to become 1 minus 2, comma, 1 plus 12. And point D is going to become 1 minus 2, comma, 1 plus 6. And when we simplify these points, what do we get? We get A prime equals minus 7, 9, B prime equals minus 7, 15, C prime equals minus 1, 13, and D prime equals minus 1, 7. And we can see that after all these transformations, our object was rotated into the second quadrant and expanded. So this is the before and after. And when we go ahead and take a look at all the answer choices, we see that the correct answer is answer choice B. All right, and that's how you do these problems. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. I hope that it was helpful and that it helped to improve your problem solving skills. Hope that it gave you good practice and helped to make you more confident for your upcoming exam. All right, so if you guys have any questions about anything we covered in today's video, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. If you'd like me to cover similar videos to these, go ahead and let me know in the comment section as well. And if you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. And if you know someone who would benefit from our videos here on Intuition, go ahead and share this video with them and help the channel grow. Every day we're trying to improve and grow and provide content for you guys. So definitely help the channel grow, spread the word. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.